Good morning and naps. Uncle Lou here. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou, live for you with your Georgia versus the Helen Keller School of the Blind halftime report. Halftime on the Georgia-Murray State game. Just starting the third quarter on Texas A&M Clemson. Man, Texas A&M's defense is doing the job, but on offense, they just can't get anything done. Speaking of offense, though, how about that amazing passing game by my Georgia Bulldogs? I could not be happier with what I saw from Georgia in the second half of the second quarter, throwing the ball. Now, yeah, the first quarter was more the same. We start the game with a swing pass to one direction and then a swing pass to the other direction, and some hitch routes and some 3-yard curls, and I'm thinking, here we go, more of the same. But we did start to open it up in the second quarter. We hit Eli Wolf over the middle a couple of times. Of course, he fumbled on the second one, but what do you expect when you bring somebody in from Tennessee? Listen, if somebody wasn't good enough to start for Tennessee, that should have been your first clue that maybe not the best player. But nevertheless, we threw it to him twice in a row. He was so surprised that we threw him the ball, he couldn't even believe we threw it to him once, much less threw it to him a second time in a row like that on back-to-back plays. What did you expect him to do? Of course he fumbled. He was in complete shock that he got thrown the ball twice. But Georgia opened up the passing game there in the second quarter. Pickens, what an amazing... George Pickens is going to be the truth. What a shame to have a guy like that on your team and not use him. I hope we continue to feed George Pickens the ball deep through the air. The guy is an absolute weapon. We saw that in that catch he made where he really laid out there. And then I was glad to see that we rewarded him on the back end of that drive with the touchdown pass there in the corner. So, listen, I'm hard on Jake Fromm when he deserves it. So, and on the play calling when I don't agree with it. So let's stay consistent here and give credit where credit is due. What is Fromm? I think he's got 1 incompletion. Is that right? Not maybe 2 that I can remember. I think he's thrown for, what has he thrown for? 140 yards, or it's got to be. I don't know. Didn't look the stats up before halftime, but it feels like he's already thrown for about what he threw for total all of last week, and he did get the touchdown pass there to Pickens, like we mentioned. What a just an absolute beast this George Pickens is, though. But anyway, 42-7. This game's over. I mean, listen, we knew we were going to beat Georgia State. I didn't even waste time running them into the ground with a hate week video. But I wanted to see us work on some things. Sacks, ton of sacks in the first half. And for those people, oh, it's against Murray State. Listen, we played about 3 versions of Murray State last year and didn't get this number of sacks. So we needed to improve in that area. I've seen improvement. Nolan Smith's going to be unblockable by the time he leaves UGA. I mean, this guy, what an animal this guy is going to be. But pass rush has been great. We gave up the 7 points. That was a busted play, really. They haven't sustained any drives on us at all. None. They had that one. They hit the guy on a seam route or whatever it was, and he just was gone. I mean, home run type of play. So, 42-7, game basically over. I mean, it was over before it started. DeAndre Swift's averaging 12 yards per carry. That's another day at the office for him. Georgia will roll. Stetson Bennett's already in the game. Let me tell you, it's just a turnover machine, Stetson Bennett, man. I've been telling y'all, led American interceptions last year. Guy comes in on a second pass, he throws it right to a Murray State guy. Oh, yeah, here we go. But anyway, so I got all the scrubs in already. I'm going to watch the end of this Texas A&M Clemson game, though. We'll see if Texas A&M can get anything going offensively. Like I said, defensively, they played good. You hold Clemson to 17 points. You got to do better than scoring 3 here. But anyway, dogs are rolling. It is what it is.